it's Spence, the evil genius, from Widget Laboratory with your lab secrets tip of the day. Well, tonight I want to give you a little sneak peek behind the curtain to see what we're up to with the new lab dashboard and the new lab theme framework. The idea is that we're trying to bring the hardcore capabilities of WordPress down to the simplicity level of a Ning or a Social Go or even a social engine. But the idea is that with our new lab dashboard, you'll be able to have all the functionality you want with drag and drop simplicity, and yet you'll still be able to use the third-party plugins and the other things that you're normally used to using in order to bring the full capabilities of WordPress to your social network. Now, one of the ideas today I'm going to show you real quick is how easy it is to change your entire layout with just some drag and drop capability. Here I've got a sample site set up, and I'm using our new Lab 2010. The Lab 2010 is basically a customized version of the standard WordPress 3.0 theme called 2010. It's a great framework to start with because it's basically a black and white layout, and by default it's normally just two columns with a header, nice visual area at the top, and some drop-down capability built in. What we do with the Lab dashboard and the Lab theme framework is give you the capability of having not just a one column or two column, but you can have a one column, two column, three column. You can have areas in the top and the bottom and the sidebar, and best of all these new zones have hooks into them that allow you to drag in our lab code, which are the plugins that we've specially built to make your life easier, as well as the lab tchotchkes. And those are the little accessories that make your job not just easier, but make it look nicer. Things like rotating sliders and jQuery effects, etc. These are the things that'll make it easy for an ordinary business person to look like they're a designer. Now let's go over to the admin dashboard and see what's cooking behind the scenes. You'll notice over here, first of all, I've got a new plugin, and that's the Lab Secrets dashboard. I real quickly run over what this does because, again, this is the secret sauce that you have on top of WordPress. Basically, you can see here I've got my lab plugins installed, and each one of those at the moment are basically unique for their different functions, and most of you know what those are because we've already released these as standalones before. If you have a particular plugin you click on, you'll see that it has some additional features and settings which you can click on to see, just like normally, but now it's all controlled inside of the dashboard. We've also got lab themes, which means instead of it being a standalone theme, when you install something, it's going to be a custom skin that's going to work right over our standard Lab 2010 framework. The idea being that you don't have to worry about losing any of your functionality if you want to have the look and feel change. All the functionality stays with the Lab Secrets dashboard. We'll have a support video area, a support area for customer tickets, and also the lab store where you'll be able to buy your lab tchotchkes and all the other accessories you may want to add with drag and drop simplicity. Okay, I've only got a minute and a half left. Let me show you how easy it is to change your layout. I've set up a sample page here. By the way, this is one layout with three columns. You'll notice I have center bottom content, footer block, etc. If I go to the About page, I've set this up to be a little different. So now I've got a two-column layout with a header zone. I've got a right sidebar, and I've got a footer block. Watch what happens. Let's say if I want to get rid of the header zone. In this case, it's no problem. I'm going over to my appearance area under widgets. And here we've got a basic concept that most WordPress people will know about. You've got your available widgets and your sort of holding zone for inactive widgets, and you can drag them to a sidebar area. In our case, though, we've got more than just sidebars. We've got special zones. We've got the header, right sidebar, left sidebar, content top, content bottom, and footer. And each of those zones, you can drag something over into them, and you can also then go ahead and adjust the visibility. So in this particular case, I went ahead and created a placeholder text widget, which held an image banner. And I said I want it to show only on the About page, and I put the wildcard in that said anything after the About page in the URL. I saved it, and that's what shows up over here. If I don't want it to show up there, I can do a couple things. First of all, I can just hide it, in which case it will deprecate or remove that entire area. Just that simple. Or if I want, I can add it in and change something. So for example, if I turn it back on and show it, I can go ahead and instantly add some other content right here. This is more content, save it, reload, and I've gone ahead and added back in with a little more goodies. I'm going to do another video right after this to show you some more of these features.